I think it counts, even though it wasn't actually an interception. I love a thick six. You know, we like to see the thick six. It's a great play in football. But pause. The my real takeaway from this game.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm gonna get out ahead of this, but
give it to me. Pause.
I really wish. I want the Eagles to just play like that every game. What are we doing, man? Like,
welcome to another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. But with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. And while you're at it, hit that notification button. Make sure you stay ready for when we hit the airwaves on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. And for more, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you consume your content, whether on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Search Couch Coach Pod in your search bar and look for the green coach sitting on a green couch. You can't miss it. Now, if that was too much for you to remember, make sure to hit up that description for all the links to all our socials and our Couch Coach headquarters. Now, for your first Couch Coach, we have the one and only Mr. 500, Mr. Bountiful Harvest. He's a man of many names, but you can call him Johnny.
I'm just sitting here in awe of that was a one-take, easy Jordan Game 6 performance of that new intro.
Flu game,
perfect.
Baby. You know what it is. And for your last Couch Coach, we have yours truly, founder of Omnipresence Productions, co-founder of the Couch Coach Pod. Some call me Akira, some call me Commissioner, but today you can call me a very, very sad Broncos fan, or you can just call me Coogee. And now, Johnny, I don't know if you had a chance to check it out while we're pimping out our stuff real quick. I don't know if you checked it out, but have you seen this link tree yet?
I have not checked out the link tree yet.
Listen, Brody, I'm telling you right now, they got us locked. Listen, this is the Couch Coach headquarters. We got recent reels, recent TikToks, the most recent video, always refreshing at the top. And listen, guys, listen. I'm not on here to sell nothing, but listen, if you guys are a fan of Hulu, fan of Factor, or if you like wine, we got some deals for you. But I gotta say, we can get commission. But listen, if you like any of those three, check them out. Johnny, if you like Hulu, 30-day free trial.
Whoa!
Listen. Get all your shows, bro. Get all your shows, and while you're eating your prep meal from Factor, you can also sip on some wine from Naked there. How about that? But anyway, Johnny, let's get right into it with this week's Sunday headlines, the segment where we cover games for the people, by the people. Now, if there are any upcoming games you guys want us to make sure we talk about, let us know in the comments. So first one, Johnny, we got Mahomes gets off the mat. Chiefs avoid an 0-3 nightmare, bury the Giants on Sunday night. So on Sunday Night Football, the Kansas City Chiefs were facing a potential 0-3 start, but Patrick Mahomes wouldn't let it happen. The Chiefs' defense smothered the Giants, picking off Russell Wilson twice, and the offense did just enough to secure a much-needed 22-9 victory for their first win of the season, sending the Giants to a winless 0-3. So, Johnny, I ask, the Chiefs finally got their first win, but the offense still looked disjointed, averaging just 4.6 yards per play. Now, is this a sign that they've fixed their issues, or was it simply a case of beating up on a bad Giants team?
I think it's a little bit of both. You've got, on one hand, a Chiefs offense that probably looks disjointed mostly because it's guys that have been running with the second team for the most part out there now playing with the first team. The chemistry's not exactly there. I think that's why you saw so much of Mahomes defaulting to Juju, because Juju, especially early in the game. Like, he's just the guy that Mahomes is familiar with. But the Chiefs offense can only go up from here. I mean, you saw that finally it looks like Tyquan Thornton, as the game went on, really started to get in rhythm with Mahomes. But it can only go up from here. I think that next week we'll probably see Worthy back. 2 weeks from then we'll see Rice back. And I would be at this point kind of shocked if they don't make some kind of move at the deadline for a running back, because after, you can't count on Kareem Hunt for middle of the field things. He's good in a short yardage situation. He's one of the better guys for that, but when you're talking first down, 1st and 10, you don't want him. But Pacheco's done. I think if there wasn't already concerns about Pacheco on that play where Mahomes throws him the safety valve pass,
Yep.
and his back is literally turned, like he's facing the opposite end zone. His back is turned away. There's no reason you should ever do that. I saw people try to criticize Mahomes for that. I'm like, no shot. There's your back should never be facing the way you're driving. That's an insane thing to do if you're in the backfield. And credit to Mahomes for making that tackle and stripping the ball out. He's so good. He has such a good football IQ that he plays defense better than any quarterback in the league. But I think they're just going to have to find someone. Maybe a Kamara, maybe maybe Devon Achane, one of these guys that are just on piss poor teams that need to rebuild. So all that to say, they did benefit from playing the Giants, but I think that their offense can only go up from here. And dodging 0-3 is more important than anything.
Now, for playoff chances, it's very, very important. 0-2 is already a little shaky. 0-3 is very, very tough, and 0-4 is damn near impossible. So they had to get a win. But to your point about making a deal, Johnny, Alvin Kamara on that team, even at his age right now, would be insane. And then if you look at Achane, that would be a match made in heaven. That's like having a Tyreek Hill in the backfield. So that would be crazy. Imagine if they get Tyreek and they get Achane at the deadline.
That'd be I don't know if they have the capital for that.
The NFL would have to veto it like the NBA did with Chris Paul. But to that point though, it just feels like Pacheco's lost it, man. There was a point where, Pacheco was that up and coming player, small name, smaller school. I think big school and transferred to a smaller school. So under the radar, and he came up, he had a good season and a half or so, but just the injuries, man, it's like he's just lost it, and it feels like they've kind of lost confidence in him as well. I mean, it seems like Kareem Hunt's getting basically all the important carries outside of when they have to pass the ball. So yeah, no, they got to make a move. They got to make a move, especially because, and we'll get to it in a bit, but the AFC West. AFC West is tough this year, man. It's going to be tough. But Johnny, after multiple Russell Wilson interceptions, and we've talked about this before, but listen, man, it's trending every single week. It's trending every week, man. Listen, after multiple Russell Wilson interceptions, we heard the crowd. We heard them chanting for rookie Jaxson Dart. Now, we said 0-1 was too soon. 0-2 too soon. I know they have a gauntlet, Johnny. But is it time at 0-3 to see what this young QB can do and just put him in there? Or do we just...
Yeah, no, I'm very pro if you're on a bad team, just put your rookie in. As much as people, I saw people talking like, well, Mahomes sat for a year. Yeah, behind like a star quarterback on a playoff team.
How many times did Alex Smith get booed for Mahomes to come in?
You know what I mean? Like the Rodgers sat for a few years behind a star quarterback on a playoff team. So like
You're right.
Brady sat. Yeah, but I had a star quarterback on a at least winning team at the point. I don't know if they'd made the playoffs his first year, but so like all of these guys were all these guys were in very different situations. All that to say, there's no excuse at this point. You gain literally nothing from starting Russell Wilson. You gain nothing. He's not like it's not like you have Jaxson Dart behind Eli Manning and he's like a long tenured quarterback who means a lot to the franchise, who you're paying a big amount of money, and it would be mean to bench them. This is just some guy, a journeyman mercenary you brought in on a 1-year deal. You owe him nothing. He's not playing well. He like we just watched what Caleb Williams did against the Cowboys defense last week or yesterday.
Yeah.
So obviously you can't even put that performance against the Cowboys, on that much of a pedestal. So all that to say, just put Dart in there. It's the only chance you have, Daboll, of saving your job. Just do it.
And at this point, I mean, if he wants to do it, right? We've talked about this in the past. We know Daboll wants to put him in. I think the biggest point of contention is probably with the owners, right? Owners, general manager. He has to prove almost that, hey, I tried enough to let me do what I want to do. But the fans are on your side. So just pull it. Just pull the plug. Think about it. Imagine this. You guys could lose the rest of the season 20 points per game. But if Jaxson Dart goes off and he looks great, those fans will leave every game happy. Much happier than they're going to leave if they just leave Russell in there. So,
yeah.
Now, once the fans want it, it's got to happen. It's got to happen.
At the very least, put Jameson. I mean, my God. These poor Giants fans. Just let them see something fun.
Right. They had 3 quarterbacks they added, and they started the least exciting.
Yeah. But Scatterboo looks good. You don't like how he had to come in, but it looks like he's looking like a true starter. So good job on that.
Do you think he can take the job for good?
I think no, because I think that him and Tracy are such different running backs that they will, if Tracy's healthy, they'll just use them in kind of a thunder and lightning duo.
Right, in tandem. Yeah.
Right.
And it seems like that's a big trend recently as far as teams trying to establish 2 backs as opposed to 1. It feels like it goes in phases. We go through this one phase where they say, hey, you don't have 1 bell cow back, so we don't trust your backs, and then all of a sudden now you want to have 2, 3 potential options.
It's bad for fantasy, but it seems like it's good for
it's good.
NFL teams.
It's good for the teams. Yeah, fantasy, it's tough.
It's rough, but it's good. I mean, you're keeping people's legs fresh. You're not like I get very mad when, as a Bijan holder in Dynasty, I get very mad when they give Algier the ball as often as they do, but then you flip it around. You're like, but Algier is good though, and Bijan produces. It's seemingly because he's so fresh every time he goes in. Like, so as dumb as it is, as much as I would love in theory for Bijan to be on the field every play, it's like it seems to at least keep Bijan fresh. It works better that they have this second option, and same with the Lions, who just gave it to David Montgomery and he just ripped like an 85-yard run.
No way. That's my fantasy right there. Let's go.
Not a touchdown.
My fantasy team. I don't have fantasies about Montgomery scoring.
No, a 72-yard run. 72-yard run. Damn. Got stopped at like the 10. Hey, he got chased down.
Was that 7 points?
7.2 points.
Let's go, baby. Go. Hey, that's half the projection for the whole game right there.
He had a touchdown earlier too, so he's having a good game. He's
going off. My last question on this game, Johnny, we'll move on. The Brian Burns injury scare. So one, it's a reminder of elite talent, right? But being 0-3, do you think that at this point, likely heading for a rebuild, that they should reposition valuable assets such as Brian Burns to then make them a contender in the future by getting a haul of picks?
Maybe Brian Burns specifically, you could. He's younger than you think, though. Isn't he only like 27? Like, he's not that old.
Yeah, and they got him in a
So
trade
it's
too from Carolina.
yeah. So I feel like
But I'm just saying, if you're going to rebuild though, right, and you're talking 2-3 years, he's going to be what, 29, 30 by the time they're good.
I don't think the Giants are in rebuild mode. I think they're in. I think they're in upswing mode. Like, all of your good players are young. You know what I mean? It's not like the Saints, who all your good players are aging, or the Dolphins, who all your good players are aging. It's like you look at the Giants and it's like their two running backs young, their star receiver young, their defensive front seven, all of them are younger guys. So you know what I mean? Like,
So
it's really just
there's a path forward.
yeah. Andrew Thomas isn't old. Like, yeah. I think it's like you shore up the O-line, you maybe get a couple better defensive backs, and get your quarterback in there and see if he can add his name to the list of good young players on your team.
Good young players,
but I think they're more on the upswing. They just look terrible because they're the Giants.
Because they're the Giants. Yeah, we might, even though they're bad, we might have higher expectations for certain teams just based off where they play. But moving on, Johnny, and I might be the happiest person outside of Chicago about this one, but Caleb Williams' breakout day. Bears quarterback torches the Cowboys as Lamb injury adds to Dallas woes. Now in Chicago, Johnny, we saw a star-making performance. Caleb Williams had a career day throwing 4 touchdowns as the Bears dismantled the Cowboys 31-14. The Dallas defense had no answers without Micah Parsons, and a CeeDee Lamb injury in the first quarter only added to a disastrous day for Dallas. So, Johnny, I ask, we saw Caleb Williams 4 touchdowns and that beautiful flea flicker. Now, was this the moment the Bears offense finally clicked? Or was this performance more of an indictment of how lost the Cowboys defense, without Parsons or otherwise, is?
Is it a cop-out to say both?
No.
Like, I do think it's...
Elaborate.
I think it's both. Like, it did finally look like the Bears were in complete control on offense. They just... everything they wanted to do, they did it. They were fearless. Guys were getting open. Like, there are certain plays where it's like, that's a Dallas defense thing. Like, it never felt like Caleb Williams was under pressure that entire game. It just felt like he had time for the play to develop, and if Micah Parsons was there, that wouldn't be the case. But on the flip side, there's that play at the end of the game where DJ Moore is standing in the end zone wide open. And like, that's not a defensive lapse. That's good play design.
The plays look crisp.
Right.
Crisp.
So it's like, on one hand, I think the stuff where Caleb wasn't under pressure is an indictment of the defense. And I think the stuff where the guys are just schemed wide open is the guy, or is a saying that the offense is clicking. So it's a bit of both. But I was very happy to see, Luther Burden get some involvement. It seemed like I was getting a little
breakout game. Oh,
it at least shows that they're using him as like a fun gadget guy. You know what I mean? They're making plays for Luther Burden specifically, and every time they did give him one, he turned it into something. So he had a gnarly reverse. He had obviously the flea flicker, and then they did something else in the red zone with him where he got right up to the end zone and just barely couldn't get it in there for a second touchdown. So I think he had like 4 catches.
If they figure it out with him and Odunze keeps stepping up, and then Moore keeps doing what he does, they'd be scary.
Have you seen this stuff about Shane Waldron?
No.
If you follow Shane Waldron's career, he is on the Rams. He leaves. Cooper Kupp has his Triple Crown season. He goes to the Seahawks. He's on the Seahawks. He leaves. JSN breaks out. and overtakes DK. And then he goes to the Bears, and then he leaves. And Rome Odunze breaks out. Suddenly looks like a real wide receiver one. And now, right now, do you know what team he's on? Think about a team that has a superstar receiver who looked great last year, but suddenly looks shaky at best.
Well, it's not Malik Neighbors, but that'd be low-hanging fruit from last night.
No, not Neighbors. It's a guy who has not even had a good game yet. Malik had a great game last week. This guy has not had a good game.
But he was good last year.
He was great last year.
What division?
This AFC South.
Oh, Brian Thomas.
Yeah. He's now on the Jags.
He's been shaky. Yeah.
He's with the Jags. And Brian Thomas is suddenly having a weird lull in his game.
Man, he's dropping it. Like he doesn't know how to catch no more.
I just think that Shane Waldron is a plague. There is too much evidence. There's too much evidence. He is a wide receiver plague.
You get that man off the team. But now to your point, Johnny, it's got to be. So I think I'll give it more credit to the Bears way. But it's tough when you look at the Cowboys, who have consistently led in pressures, led in sacks for years upon years, failing to register a single sack, and then also 4 sacks on the season in total. When last year they were towards the top in pressures. So, I mean, it's tough to judge how you look when your biggest problem as an offense realistically has been the O-line, but you just played a team who can't get to you. Even with a bad O-line, you just got to have somebody there. And I think I saw, correct me if I'm wrong, did Kenny Clark get hurt too?
He got hurt. I don't know how serious it was, but he did get hurt.
Okay, we'll have to.
Yes, I do remember seeing him go down.
Check that. But yeah, no, because I saw that and I'm thinking, man, if Kenny Clark gets hurt, then you definitely lost the trade. Like, right? You had to have lost the trade if Kenny Clark got hurt.
The interesting thing, I think I saw a quote from Jerry Jones where he said, we are considering packaging together the 2 picks we got in the trade and making a move for a real difference maker on defense. What are you talking about? A difference maker on defense?
You just had one.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's so dumb. It is just kind of like the same deal where, Kenny Clark got injured. Nick Bosa quietly tore his ACL.
Yep. That just got announced in the middle of the day today out of nowhere. I mean, I just saw he got hurt, but they didn't even...
He walked off the field. I was like, all right, Nick Bosa's hurt, whatever. Well, quietly tore his ACL.
Well, they be saying, though, when those injuries first happen, that you can kind of walk a little bit. And then I guess the next day, when it kind of starts to heal, that's when it really hits you. I haven't had an injury like that, so I can't speak from experience. But from what I've heard, and the last one on this, Johnny, the early reports on the CeeDee Lamb injury suggest a high ankle sprain, which could mean 4 to 6 weeks. Now, how does Dallas replace that production, and does this injury effectively end any playoff hopes that Dallas had?
I don't know if it's the injury that does, but I think it was the loss that did. Like, you had to beat the Bears. If you weren't going to beat the Bears, then you weren't making the playoffs. The NFC is too good. There's so many good teams in the NFC that will capitalize on weakness. So I think there's no shot with the Rams and Stafford looking good, with the Niners still being undefeated. Obviously the other usual suspects, the Seahawks look better every week. So I think there's zero shot at all. But if you want to make up for the difference, it's a good thing you have another number 1 wide receiver on your team.
Another number 1 who was actually a little bit upset about his targets earlier in the year. I don't think he didn't want it to come this way, but
yeah, of course he was going to be upset. It's George Pickens. He
Pickens.
gets upset about his targets. That's what he does.
He wakes up out of bed and he's already upset.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You go one drive and don't throw the ball to George Pickens once, he will get angry with you.
He will be fighting a fan before you get back to the sideline.
So that's just how it works with George.
Okay, so on the field, Johnny, on the field, we know that we have obviously George Pickens. We look at some of those other receivers potentially, right? Turbin, Tolbert. If we're looking at a fantasy perspective, who is the biggest byproduct on the winning side? Not that it's ever good when someone gets hurt, but from a fantasy perspective, Johnny, who do you think really steps up and might have a season that we didn't otherwise think they were going to have?
Well, if you're going like how much of an improvement percentage-wise, like obviously George Pickens is going to go from a wide receiver to flex level to a like borderline wide receiver 1. Yeah. But so like there's that, but then you could make the argument that a guy like Turpin or a guy like Ferguson, the tight end, those are the guys that are going to really benefit because now they've gone from second, third, fourth option to, or like third or fourth option to like true second option guys. So I always just say that because I'm like, George Pickens was in starting lineups already before CeeDee Lamb got hurt, but now like he was in my starting lineup last week with CeeDee Lamb in. Obviously, he's not leaving that starting lineup until CeeDee comes back, and maybe still won't.
Right. But yeah, but some other people could creep in though. Could creep into those lineups, especially Johnny, especially in a tight end. It's tough with these tight ends right now. So Jake Ferguson,
yeah,
could be a play, guys. Pick him up.
Well, man. You'd think it wouldn't be as tough when I have Brock Bowers, but for some reason, Geno Smith just loves Trey Tucker so much.
Loves
Trey Tucker. They have like I think they have like a secret romance that we don't know about. They must, because what is going on that you have like 3 really great other options in Bowers, Genty, and Myers. And you are just, and not to mention Thornton, who was wowing people in preseason.
Right.
And you're just like, no, I love Trey Tucker. Trey Tucker, we're going to have a prime Calvin Johnson game.
And they just had a beef, too. All offseason, they just had a beef. Where he was like, do you guys even want me? They were like, do you want to be here? And he goes, I don't know, you guys even want me here? When the whole trade issue. So now all of a sudden they're fading him. But yeah, Brock Bowers has more points in a game he almost didn't play than he has in the game that he played all week for practice.
Yeah, it's very funny.
So
yeah,
yeah, who knows? Unpredictable. But anyway, Johnny, next game, back up to hero. Mac Jones leads last second drive as the 49ers edge the Cardinals in a showdown between undefeated squads. Now, Johnny, it was the battle of undefeated in the NFC West, and it came down to the wire. With Brock Purdy sidelined by injury, backup Mac Jones led a clutch game-winning drive, setting up Eddie Pinheiro for a 35-yard field goal as time expired to give the 49ers a thrilling 16-15 victory over the Cardinals. Now, what did you have to say, Johnny?
I was just going to say, it's the battle of the circumstantial undefeated. Not earned undefeated, but continue.
Not earned, okay. Mm-hmm. The big story, Johnny, is the Brock Purdy injury update, of course. But Mac Jones came in, and, he won another game. So if Purdy is out for a few more weeks, can Jones keep this team at the top of the NFC? Or was this just a case of a great system elevating what you would call a career backup quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, Shanahan's system is maybe the single most apt at elevating marginal talent in quarterbacks to something that can be utilized effectively. So I think like he's just consistently proved he's the best at it. And so, he did do a good job leading the team down the field, getting Pinheiro in position. Good job on Pinheiro for not choking that.
Not missing that, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody else that they had might have missed that one.
Might have missed it. I've seen Pinheiro miss those before. So
he is the 4th most accurate kicker all time.
Yeah, but situationally, I've seen him miss majorly important kicks at the end of games to win them. So I guess I'm just saying that situationally, Mac Jones got him down the field and the moment wasn't too big. That's great. They did score 16 points. So I'm not gonna get too far ahead of it and think that something or what was it 15? No, 16 points, right? It was 15-16.
Yeah.
They won. So I'm not gonna be like he's leading this team to something crazy. Because it's not like that. And he threw some bad interceptions. There was an interception that he threw that was like borderline unforgivable. But I think he's doing just enough against a Cardinals team who I did not believe in, and I put my money where my mouth was this week, saying that I didn't believe in them because
still not a believer.
The Cardinals?
All right, I guess we'll skip the second question.
No, I'm not a believer in the Cardinals. They've beaten the Panthers and the Saints, and the Panthers, both of those teams almost came back and beat them. And they play a team that's better than both of them, and in that one, they allow the team to come back and beat them.
Yeah,
and this is also the last thing I'll say. This was against a Nick Bosa who got injured really early in the game, and they're lucky he did. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but yesterday was the day of remembrance for Charlie Kirk, and Nick Bosa was playing against a black quarterback. Oh. It could have gotten real ugly. They were doing his memorial, and that Nick Bosa probably really wanted to show out for his dead buddy. So all I'm saying is, the Cardinals got lucky. It could have maybe gotten a lot worse.
Yeah.
So.
And the way they took the lead, Johnny, at the end, crazy, that safety. I mean, so you could argue that they shouldn't have even had to be scoring at the end that late to win. But it's funny because I don't know if we mentioned this before, we might have talked about it last year, but Kyler Murray, who you've compared to he's a more athletic Bryce Young, I believe it is. But
yeah, well, I think I said that as that's not what I said. I said that Bryce Young is Kyler Murray, but not athletic.
The reverse would be true, though, right? The reverse would be true.
Yes, but it makes it seim like I'm being mean to Kyler. I was being mean to Bryce Young.
I think it was the way that he runs that you were making fun of.
I'm like it's that he can't run. Like he's not a running guy, even though he did have a rushing touchdown this week, But
Johnny, it seems, though, no matter how good the 49ers defense is, that Kyler Murray seems to give them some trouble. What is it about his game that makes him potentially more effective against them than other teams? And I'll lead off with this, Johnny. He, prior to this game, had a 4-4 record against them in his career.
I think any running quarterback is going to be difficult to deal with. He's probably the guy that is in that division over the past 5 years that is the most uniquely qualified to avoid Nick Bosa, to if the pass coverage is really good, to improvise and make a play. So I think that's probably mostly what contributes to it. Now, mind you, it wasn't really on Kyler that they lost. If it's on anyone, it's probably on Marvin Harrison. But, that team just doesn't have enough going on. And then you lose James Conner, and it adds in just another layer of I just have no reason to believe in this team sincerely, even though they have a winning record.
Yeah, and they usually do this. Like we said, they do this, start hot, and then they tailspin. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on that James Conner injury for fantasy purposes. But moving on, Johnny. Moving on, the block and the return. Jordan Davis's miracle finish seals a wild Eagles comeback. Now I wish Caleb was here for this. Unfortunately, he had some stuff come up. but this would have been a good one for him to talk about. But Johnny, this was the wildest finish of the day. So the Rams were lining up for a game-winning field goal, but Eagles D-tackle Jordan Davis blocked the kick, scooped it up, and rumbled for a touchdown as time expired. It sealed an insane 33-26 comeback win for the undefeated Eagles in a game, quite frankly, they had no business winning. But let's start with the viral moment, Johnny. The Jordan Davis blocked field goal touchdown. Was this, do you think, the most exciting and improbable finish to a game that we're going to see all season?
No. We already saw that. That was week 1, Bills-Ravens. Was certainly the most exciting and improbable finish to a game that we've seen all season.
More exciting than a big man tutty to end it.
It's fun. If they were down 5, then it would have been the most exciting. But they were down 1. Blocking the field goal would have sufficed. The extra, that's just tears for the people that bet Rams plus 3.5. That's all that was. That was just pouring it on for them. But now, mind you, I think it counts, even though it wasn't actually an interception. I love a thick 6. We like to see the thick 6. It's a great play in football. But pause. My real takeaway from this game.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm going to get out ahead of this, but
give it to me. Pause.
I really wish I want the Eagles to just play like that every game. What are we doing, man? You are so much more fun to watch. You're a team I actually enjoy seeing play the game when you play like that.
You want them to play like that? First half, 33 yards?
I'm talking about what they turn into in the second half. Okay. Where it's let's do an actual, full offense. They tried to not do that in the first half. That's why they got down so much. They're like, let's be our tush push selves. Let's do it again, guys. Let's try to get 8 yards on first and second down so we can push the quarterback on his butt. That's what we do here in Philadelphia. And then they got punked the whole time by an actual defense. And so finally they come out second half and go, wait a second, we do have a stacked offense. Why don't we actually play the game and use our stacked offense evenly and do the whole thing? And suddenly they became a fun team to watch. Because I wanted nothing more than for them to play this stupid, hyper tush push centered brand of their game that they've been doing all season.
Yep.
And lose miserably. That's what I wanted to happen.
We all did.
But I think this is just about as good, which is you tried to do it, you got embarrassed for a whole entire half, and then you switched it up and went, let's do a full actual offense.
They said, oh, wait, we have A.J. Brown in our team. We forgot.
And Devontae Smith. And, maybe instead of just pushing him on his butt, you let Jalen Hurts improvise and run in the open field, and he did that a handful of times too.
More than 2 yards.
It's just, and then you're setting it, Saquon, who didn't have a crazy game, but you're setting him up for better opportunities where the defense has to not just stack the box and respect them. And I don't know. It's just I just think that's a more fun brand of football to play. And it makes it so that I don't want to see you fail now. So,
you kind of start to root for him more now.
Yeah, it was fun to watch. That was
Warriors pre-KD, Warriors after KD.
So I'm glad that if they won, if they won, it was not because of the tush push. It was because of everything else. It was because you realized how actually talented your team is and that it's a little bit dumb to do this gimmick play over and over and over and over the entire game. So
you mean if they won on a tush push, that wouldn't be the most interesting ending all season?
I would say probably not. And once again, I've gone on record. I have no problem with you tush pushing at the goal line.
Tush pushing your way to victory.
Tush pushing at the goal line is fine. Tush pushing at the 30-yard line, you're at your opponent's 30-yard line because you're down 6 on a final drive and you need to get that extra yard to keep driving. That's fine. It's just the 10 minutes left in the second quarter on your 25, 4th and 2, and you're like, let's do it again. That's when it gets annoying.
Man. No, 100%. To bring that back to that initial question, Johnny, I gotta give it top 2, and it's not 2 so far. But I think it's too soon to tell. It's too soon to tell. We got a lot of crazy shit that can happen between now. You know what I'm saying? We might get a Deshaun Watson week 17 or 18 comeback victory against the number 1 seed or something, and that would be kind of crazy. So it'd
be terrible.
It'd be crazy.
Nobody wants that.
Well, listen, there's different ways that it can be a crazy ending, or improbable finish, so to say. So my thing is this: the momentum swings in this game, Johnny. Like, just imagine being on these teams, and as a fan, I mean, so you're getting your ass kicked all game. You're down 26-7, and then you start to climb back. So imagine being the fan base of that team, and you're like, oh, we're killing them. Eagles, Super Bowl champs, boom. And then all of a sudden they start to creep back. But then you go, you know what? We got a game-winning field goal. It's a gimme. We'll just get this for the win. And then to lose like that, from a fan perspective, that's crazy. I know it personally from watching the last 2 Broncos games, like thinking your team won when they didn't win. It's tough on the heart. It's tough on the heart. So, I mean, I don't know, Johnny, but did you know the Jordan Davis blocked field goal touchdown actually swung millions of dollars in bets on that?
Oh, yeah.
3.5 point spread.
Yeah, it was the most bet line of the week. This is why I don't sports bet, especially in the NFL. I could probably make money betting on the NBA because I feel like I know the NBA really well, and the NBA isn't as stupid. It doesn't have as many stupid things that can happen as the NFL. The NFL is just such a clown show of, not in the NFL. The sport of football is such a clown show where so much stupid stuff happens. And I love the sport. I think it's I like football better than basketball. But it's such there's too many dumb things that can happen. So you can't bet on it. You just can't. Nothing makes sense. The Cleveland Browns beat the Packers this week. You just cannot bet on this sport. So all that to say. No, go ahead.
People that bet their life savings on that game, Johnny. You imagine that? Like, they watched that touchdown. Like, to them, that wasn't great. That shit was terrible. They just watched their life savings go away at a touchdown. Like, there's people that probably bet massive amounts of money on these games.
Well, all that to say, if I was betting this game, I would have taken Rams plus 3.5. I would have been like, yeah, the Rams always play great against the...
Like, I had the Rams straight up.
Wow, Derrick Henry just fumbled again. Peanut punch by Aiden Hutchinson. Derrick Henry? No, fortunately I don't. But that's really messed up. Hutch. Hutch just punched it right out.
He's back.
Yeah, man, 2 fumbles in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. That's tough for the big man. That's a sad thing to see.
But yeah,
all right.
But yeah, I'm not a betting man, so I didn't lose anything on that. But last thing on this game, Johnny, I just want to make a note. Puka Nacua looking good as always.
Puka's been
11 catches, 118. They're running the ball with him.
Fortunately, I never had the opportunity to draft him in any of my leagues. He was just never where my picks were. It just wasn't going to happen. But he's a guy I was like, if I have a pick, I'm not really sure how I feel about Stafford's health, so I would avoid Puka. Thank God I never got burnt by that, because I would be kicking myself right now with how good he's been.
Nah, he's the one. He's the one. I mean, you think about it, Triple Crown winner in 2 years, replaced by some dude who got picked way late in the draft, I think. Right? He was like fourth, fifth round, something crazy.
5th round, yeah.
So you don't see that too often. Rams move on quick. They got a good scouting department. But next game, Johnny. This is the one I want to talk about the least. That's why we saved it for last. The Chargers stay perfect. Herbert outduels Knicks as the Bolts hold off the Broncos. Now, Johnny, in the AFC West, the Chargers are perfect. Los Angeles moved to 3-0 after holding off a late push from the Broncos. Justin Herbert was steady. The defense made plays when it had to, and the Chargers secured a 23-20 divisional win at home. Now, Johnny, the Chargers are at 3-0 atop the AFC West standings, with the Chiefs starting 1-2. Are the Chargers officially the new favorites to win the division? And before you answer that, I'll give you this nugget here. They have beaten all 3 divisional opponents in their first 3 games.
Yeah, they're certainly the favorite in the division. It would be unreasonable to suggest otherwise. You've beaten everyone. You are standing alone at the top of it with all the other guys at 1-2. Yeah, there's no other way to look at it. Of course, they're the favorite right now. I think my favorite fantasy fade this year that I was right about was Ladd McConkey. I really faded him for the wrong reason. I faded him because I thought that this team was going to be really run heavy, that there would be some kind of weird regression because of the really terrible loss in the playoffs, and and Slater's out and all this stuff. No, actually, he's just the wide receiver 3 now. He's just the third option. Herbert always looks to Quentin Johnston and Keenan Allen before anyone else. He trusts Keenan Allen so deeply, and Quentin Johnston just decided, actually, I might be the best deep threat in the NFL. So between them, it's just like Ladd McConkey is just...
Are they beefing? Maybe
no, he's just a white boy slot receiver now.
Maybe he used to
he's done.
He used to date Madison back in the day or something.
Yeah, Ladd McConkey is Chris Hogan now.
He's Chris
really,
Hogan.
It's just
you mean
Wes
Welker and Julian Edelman? No. He's like that?
No, because those guys are borderline Hall of Famers.
Oh wow, he's worse. He's like that, but worse.
Those guys were number 1 receivers. I just happened to be playing out of the slot. No, I'm not trying to trash Ladd McConkey that bad. He'll probably have some good games as the season progresses. But it is funny. It does seem like in a moment of crisis, when you got to have it, the first guy Herbert looks to is Keenan Allen.
Yeah.
And when you're driving down the field big time and you're just trying to find a big play, Quentin Johnston's who he looks to. And then sometimes Ladd McConkey's there too.
They even had Gadsden taking some of those targets too. The rookie from Syracuse.
Yeah, I did see that. So, and Omarion Hampton, on the back of what looks like a popped Achilles for
confirmed.
Yeah, I figured it's the only injury that I can recognize every time it happens. It's the only one. I went the second that.
It's always non-contact usually.
Always non-contact. It was weird. Like normally it's your back leg and you extend it out and you can see it pop. But it was really like he brought it up and his foot hit the ground weird and he falls in the backfield. And then Justin Herbert, the consummate professional that he is, stepped over him.
Oh my God.
And threw the pass, finishing the play out. It was supposed to be a play action. Herbert just was like, nope, walked over him.
That's the ultimate action.
Crazy.
They don't know what's going on.
But when he hits the deck, he grabs the back of his calf. And every time you grab the back of your calf, you know what that is. It's the only injury that you do that for. So I'm not a doctor, but I think that I can 10 out of 10 times recognize a torn Achilles.
But disclaimer, he's not a doctor.
But I'm not a doctor. It's the only injury that I think I can recognize every time.
Well, I think that it's tough too. It seems like a lot of muscles in your body, like there's a distance between like healthy and torn. Like you can strain something, you can kind of tweak something, but I feel like with the Achilles, it's just like it must be super fragile because it just like it pops. There's been a lot of conversation about this too, like why are the Achilles injuries happening so much more frequently today than they have in the past.
Because both of the games, basketball and football, have become so twitchy and lateral. That's what I've seen. That they're very stop and start, twitchy lateral sports now, where they used to be much more go in one direction, stop for longer periods of time. You know, the players weren't doing this, especially in the NBA, how fast the sport has gotten and how much you have to move to guard these really athletic players and stuff like that.
You're jumping up and down a lot more, especially over the course of your career.
Yeah, I think it's just how good athletes have gotten and how
they're too strong for their bodies.
I think that's really what it is. Like that's kind of what I've heard some doctors say. It's just what the game looks like now. It's not an injury you get from moving in one direction. It's an injury you get over time from changing direction on a dime so fast.
Okay, so it's so slight over time that then it feels sudden because then it just kind of goes.
Right, and some people it doesn't happen to, and some people it does. But yeah, it's just that like wear and tear from this two leagues that are just so much more athletic and fast and twitchy than they used to be.
I've heard a lot of debate about this too, Johnny. Do you think that the fact that especially in the NFL they practice a lot less has to do with it too? Like the combination of the fact that they're not working those muscles consistently over long periods of time as much, more so they're just kind of like a couple days here and there and then you got to go right now.
You're still stretching and conditioning even if you're not in full padded practice. So I don't think that's what it is.
So you think it's more so the health side of it than it is so the practice side of things?
Yeah, not the Achilles, at least. Because the Achilles is like it's not like doing contact, football. Like it's a non-contact injury 9 out of 10 times.
Right.
So I think whether you're doing padded practice frequently or playing in the preseason or any of that fun stuff or not doesn't change much.
No, I got you there. And yeah, so we're wishing Najee a speedy recovery though, because there's an emotional side, a mental side to those injuries too, especially non-contact. Because I mean, you didn't do anything to make it happen, and so it's a lot harder.
And it's the first of his professional career.
That's his first big injury,
including college.
The eye
first injury, first football injury since he went to college.
Oh, that's a tough one to have for the first.
He's never missed a game. That's his first one. That otherwise just the eye thing that he had outside of it, but he's never gotten injured in a football game since we've heard of him. So It's very kind of crazy.
He's been durable. Well, there's going to be, as always, there'll be some benefactors of that we'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, wishing you a speedy recovery, Najee. Shouldn't have happened like this. But this, Johnny, is another tough one-score loss for the Broncos. Is this a sign that they are a resilient team on the verge of a breakthrough, or are they simply not built to win these close, gritty games? And I know I'm a Broncos fan, but I'll let you know, be honest, Johnny, don't preserve my feelings. Don't give it your honest take there.
I am not sure I have a definitive answer yet. When you have a team that the issue with the Broncos is that they have played. They're the team that I think gave the Chargers the most trouble. And the Chargers have otherwise looked dominant, and it took a last second drive to win. They lost on a last second drive against the Colts, and I think we're still not sure what the Colts are yet. Are the Colts actually the best offense in the league? Because statistics would tell us that, but they've played some real patsy teams that I don't know if we're really ready to crown them yet. And then you guys win week 1. So it's it's kind of just hard to figure out what the deal is with them. I'm still not there yet. Yeah. So you win week 1 against the Titans. I don't know. It's very bizarre. What I will say is it does feel like you guys are still just a skill player breaking out short on offense. Like Cortland Sutton, if he's shut down, the offense sometimes can get a little predictable and sluggish. And you'll have guys have big games here and there, but there's not like a dependable second option yet.
Right.
So beyond that, though,
right.
Yeah. Beyond that, though, I think the defense is great. And you guys, when you have lost, you've lost by the smallest of margins. Seconds. Right in the, it's a game of inches.
We're 5 seconds from being 3-0.
And the AFC looks weak and vulnerable. The AFC does not look, especially with the Bengals being done. The Steelers look
week, Monday night.
Yeah, the Steelers, even though it has a winning record, that we do not look good. We look like we will barely eke out 9-8 if we do. And beyond that, like AFC, you were up against Buffalo, KC, Chargers, and Baltimore. Beyond that, you're kind of like it's a very vulnerable conference. So I think the Broncos,
the Chargers into that mix now.
Yeah, right. They're the last 3-0 team, except for Buffalo. It's them and Buffalo are 3-0, so you got to put them up there. Oh, and then obviously the Colts too. I don't want to. I really feel bad. I'm sorry, Carly. I didn't mean to forget about your team too.
Yeah, don't cancel us, Carly.
Yes, Carly Ursay's. Well, I'm more afraid of what she would do beyond cancellation.
Oh.
Carly Ursay is a powerful woman. She has willed Daniel Jones into being the best quarterback in the league, so I don't want to know what she's capable of.
So what you're saying is we could eke out in those last 3 seeds. We could get something. We can get a little something still.
Yeah.
Okay.
Easily.
Okay.
So.
Nah, I mean, I agree with you, man. It's like we have Troy Franklin break out in week 2. He looks like he's about to be insane. We're like, oh, he's got chemistry with Bo Nix. And then where was it this game? I watched Bo Nix miss like 3 touchdown passes on receivers where he just led them by too much. That or they didn't jump far enough. One of the two. I don't know. They can take the blame however they want to divvy that. But it's like it's year 2 quarterback. You should be making those throws. Like that's not a regression issue. Like that's not like you regressed and you just don't know how to make that throw. Like regression is more so in the sense of like you just look terrible in the sense like kind of like CJ Stroud has a little bit, and it pains me to say this, but he looks like he's regressed since rookie year just a little bit. There's some other circumstances, but those are just throws you got to make. And I mean, I'm sitting here, and when you have to have that first down, the offense is clueless. This offense looks great. We get out to these leads, we blow the leads. If Riley Moss gets another pass interference penalty, I'm going to lose my goddamn mind. I mean, we just kick ourselves in the foot.
Why white people don't play corner.
It's a
can't let white people play corner.
Unless you're Cooper DeJean. But
yeah.
But it's like literally, I was like, we get it. It's a formula. We get out to a double-digit touchdown lead, 2-touchdown lead, and then we penalty after penalty after penalty after penalty to where now we have one drive. We just need to get one first down. Game's over. And we can't even, and it's not even like we get close to the first down. We go 3 and out, and we get like 4 yards. You'll have a pass that was incomplete. Dude got hit in the backfield the second pass, and the third one was a run for 2 yards. Like, it's ridiculous. So to your point, it gets super predictable in the moments they have to have it. Like you need, if you're gonna give me all this creativity all game, in the moments you have to have it, you need to give me something, Sean Payton. Like, part of it's on him, part of it's on Bo. Part of it's on that defense, because if you're the best defense in the league, as you claim, and we have the reigning defensive player of the year on that defense, I shouldn't be feeling any concern when that team gets the ball in their own territory with that last drive, that you can get them to stop that possession before they get in field goal range. So, this is frustrating.
The thing is, too, I mean, right now. The Chargers do have maybe the best 3 wide receiver tandem in the league. Like, you'd say probably the Bengals or the Eagles have the best 2, but the best 3 is, I mean, who else is it? It's probably the Chargers. When you've got Keenan Allen and Quinn Johnson and Lab McConkey. You know, you'd be hard pressed to even say who is the third best. It's kind of tough.
One offseason can change your whole legacy. Keenan Allen, he went from a career year to getting cut to the Bears, and we said, what the heck? He's washed. And now look at him. And one offseason. But we'll see. I'm feeling confident in getting to 2-2 against the Bengals after how they looked against the Vikings, bro. That prediction, me and you predicted that. I was looking at him. That was spot on. We said that defense.
That was a war crime. I didn't think it would look like that. I thought it would be. I thought it would be rough, man.
Like, call the game and turn that shit off.
Yeah, it was a massacre. They shouldn't have been allowed to put that on TV.
No, they should have had to take it off. Like, Red Zone shouldn't have shown it. Nothing. Just like
they kind of did eventually because they stopped broadcasting it on CBS. They switched it over to Steelers Patriots, and then they Red Zone stopped doing it because, like, at the end of the game, they were like, "Here were 3 touchdowns that we didn't show you that happened in this game." Like, they showed us Hawkinson's touchdown like 20 minutes after it happened. Man, David Montgomery owners, you guys, David Montgomery managers are eating today.
Man, forget what
he just got his second touchdown. He's at about he's got to be at 150 yards.
He's not here because he knows if he was here right now, I'd be shitting on him.
Monty has, I think, 100. He's got to have like 150 yards right now. Bro. Maybe 160 with 2 touchdowns.
15 points plus 4 and a 4. It's at least 23 points. Ooh, man.
No, a 6 and a 6. It's a rushing touchdown.
I thought that was just for quarterbacks. Okay.
No, quarterbacks, all rushing touchdowns are 6. All passing touchdowns are 4.
Oh, okay. And then receiving touchdowns are 4 or 6.
6. Okay. And then we're PPR. So
I made the rules, extra. And I don't even.
Yeah.
Nah. I'm gonna go change.
This is why you keep losing in the championship, is because you've thought this whole time that rushing touchdowns are worth 4 points. You're like, wait a second, hold on.
I would have changed my whole strategy all season.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's
currently crazy. We are sitting at 142 left in the Ravens-Lions game Monday Night Football. The Lions are up 38-24.
That's a big dub if they finish it. It's a big dub if they finish it.
I don't know how the Ravens can get out of this. I mean, they're going to get the ball back down 14 with less than 2 minutes on the clock.
Overtime.
You're talking you have to drive down, score, get an onside kick, score again. You're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
And this is why we need to get rid of the onside kick. So that moments like this don't feel unwinnable.
Imagine Lamar Jackson taking off on a scramble and juking 3 defenders en route to a possession clinching. What is it? 4th and 20? 4th and 15?
Yeah. 4th and 20.
Oh,
it should be
20. Highlight reel. Reel. My last point on the Broncos Chargers, Johnny. Chargers for real. Broncos, I think we're trending downward right now, but we got to come back. J.K. Dobbins, though, he's a bright spot. J.K. Dobbins looking nice.
Yeah, he's been good.
Healthy so far, knock on wood.
So far.
So that's always good, which makes me a little hurt because RJ Harvey's not getting touches right now. And so we'll see.
I think it's an okay time to buy a little Broncos stock. Just sprinkle in a little bit. It's down right now. Maybe buy low.
Listen, don't tell everyone that I provided the recommendation to bet, but if you're going to bet, Johnny's saying bet on the Broncos.
And I would say if you got Steelers stock, maybe sell it
now. Yeah.
They barely won against the Patriots.
Can you cash out early on bets?
Yeah, you can, but I'm just saying, like a metaphorical stock.
Yeah.
You're downward. What they say is normally don't cash out on a bet because if the cash out looks like a good value, it means that you should stay in because they think you're going to win. So, but all that to be said, I'm just like, we needed to have 5 fumble recoveries to win that game. So I'm just like, and it just looked, I mean, that's Steeler football though. That is Steeler football. That's just what we do. We have 5 fumble recoveries and win by a field goal.
The Patriots are not a bad team either. I mean, they got a good coach.
Right. But when you get 5, you win. Your turnover differential is +5, and you win by 1 score. There's a legitimate problem with your team.
There is a problem.
Yeah.
Oh, did Caleb Johnson get any snaps?
I did not pay attention to whether he definitely didn't on offense. I wasn't paying attention to whether he was on kick return or not.
I think your answer answers the question, because if he was, you would have known.
Yeah, I must have there weren't a lot of kick returns though. Believe it or not, it was a very low scoring game, but I must have just not been paying attention on kick return, because when I watch, I have 2 screens in front of me. I have Red Zone on one and the Steelers on another.
It'd be tough.
So I must have been looking
at all them games at once. Oh my god!
Right. So I must have been like on Red Zone every kick return. I wasn't really paying attention to whether it was Caleb Johnson.
No, I have to watch some twice, because I'd be like, I watched all these games and I don't feel like I watched any of them.
Wow.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah. Derrick Henry, and by the way, I misspoke. Derrick Henry has had a fumble in every game so far this season.
Wow.
He has fumbled in every game, and he's the only running back in the league to do it.
He's regressing, guys. He's regressing. You heard it here first.
He's good, but he's just fumbling. I don't know what to tell you, man. He's fumbling.
That was a big problem in the beginning of his career.
Yeah, it's not good. And it's one of these things now where they're down 2 scores, driving to score, and if he didn't fumble, maybe they're down 1.
Maybe they're down 1.
So,
but Johnny, we're going to move on to the next segment here. So guys, listen, as you guys all know, not all Sundays are created equal. And that especially rings true for our 3 Sunday Scary nominees this week. In fact, if it was equal, and that was the baseline for their Sunday, they would not have made this list. But there is one nominee this week who went to bed on Sunday feeling quite all right. So, Johnny, the first Sunday Scary nominee this week, and he is making the list again. Russell Wilson, quarterback of the New York Giants. At this point, he is the poster child for Sunday Scaries. Prime time, the lights were too bright for him. And he played so bad the crowd began chanting for his backup. We want Dart. We want Dart. And to cap it off, Chris Jones, in a live interview, said that he had no interest in a jersey swap with the struggling quarterback. So Russell Wilson, he has a Sunday Scaries this week, guys. The second Sunday Scary nominee this week is the Los Angeles Rams field goal unit. The Los Angeles Rams dominated most of the day, and then after getting into field goal range, Joshua Carty marches out for a game-winning gimme kick. He lines up, the ball is snapped, and the kick is blocked. Jordan Davis, and as Johnny likes to say, as everyone likes to say, we had a thick 6 to end the game. Now, before the field goal unit could even tell that it was blocked, Jordan Davis was already down the field. But Johnny, I looked into this. Now, a 44-yard kick, historically, has an 85% success rate in the modern NFL. And that was all they needed. Rams didn't win. So the Los Angeles Rams field goal unit has the Sunday Scaries this week. And the last one, Johnny, and this is your favorite guy right here, your prodigal son, Michael Penix Jr., quarterback, Atlanta Falcons. Solid start to his career, but crashed to earth this week, Johnny. Shot out 30-0 by divisional rival Carolina Panthers. He threw 2 egregious interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. Shut out 30-0 to the winless Carolina Panthers. The Carolina Panthers, need I say more? Michael Penix Jr. has the Sunday Scaries this week, Johnny. And the nominee this week for sleeping all right tonight is Caleb Williams. As we all know, struggled for 2 weeks, but this week he came to party. And you know what? He's getting Luther Burden involved now. So it's only up from here. He's sleeping all right tonight. Caleb Williams. But Johnny, I ask, which player has the Sunday Scaries this week that you think has the best chance to be sleeping all right next week? And I know you might say none of these players, none of these groups. So if you think none of these players or groups have a chance to be sleeping all right next week, give us your early predictions for next week's Sunday Scaries.
Well, I will say that I think that for next week, who will be sleeping okay. I have to double check something real quick. Who do the Falcons play?
Ooh, okay. Okay.
That's really what we're gonna have to check. Who do the Falcons play? The Falcons are going to play stand by the Commanders. I'm going to say that the best case for sleeping all right next week is going to be the Rams field goal unit.
The Rams field goal unit.
I think it was a weird little, they weren't missing field goals; they were just getting blocked. You just shore up your pass blocking or your special teams blocking unit. You'll be fine. We move on past this. I'm not confident in anything.
He said, "Let me look at Michael Penix real quick. Commanders, never mind."
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Even with Mariota, maybe you still don't like it.
Don't like it. So I will say that my nomination for the Sunday Scaries so far, I'm batting 1,000. I looked it up. Caleb Johnson did not return any kicks. It was all Kenneth Gainwell. If he was out there, he was not the guy that was grabbing him. So I'm batting 1,000 right now for guys losing their job when I pick them for Sunday Scaries. Jake Moody, Caleb Johnson. Now we're gonna go Russell Wilson.
Ooh.
Russell Wilson. I'm going to call is Dunzo in New York, and whether it's Jameis Winston or Jaxson Dart, we're not going to see any more Mr. Unlimited under center in New York.
Listen, Johnny, that's funny you say that because honestly, for you, Sunday Scaries, we should just, for your question answer, we should just turn it into who's going to lose their job prediction.
Who's losing their job this week?
For all you NFL players out there, you better hope Johnny does not say your name.
You better not hope I don't go 3-0 this week, or that's what we're doing. I am the executioner.
Who is losing their job this week, Johnny? That's going to be the whole question right there. Because, you were right. Man, 2 for 2. I hope you don't say my name next week.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Get a call from my boss mid-shoot.
Yep, and the just to let everybody know, the Ravens went down the field heroically. 27-yard touchdown pass. Ooh. Score a touchdown. And then don't recover the onside kick. Wouldn't you believe it? This is why the onside kick needs to be eradicated.
They go for 2?
They went for 2, of course they didn't get it, but that's very Harbaugh stuff. He loves going for 2 in situations like these, but goes for the onside kick, doesn't get it. All I'm saying, man, is we have to eradicate the onside kick. I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer in 2 things, maybe 3 things. I am a number 17 on the Bills hater. I am a ardent believer in Carly Ursay, and I am the biggest detractor of the onside kick.
No, you're not lying. You're not lying. You've been against that for a minute. Honestly, I think as a coach, though, you got to stand on business when it's over. Like, you can't. The players shouldn't have to take responsibility for that call.
Let's see, boys. This is important, though. I have to check now. Did I get my first 3-0 of the year?
You're right.
My first 3-0 of the year. I have 2 fantasy leagues.
Oh.
Let's see. Did I get my first? Gentlemen, I have gotten my first undefeated week of the year. We have gotten all our fantasy teams, the Steelers, and Aonishiki, my favorite sumo, won last night, too. So, we are really... That's a 4-0 week, boys. Week 3. What a W. You know what I did, too, this week? Is I refused to look at my fantasy scores through the entire 1 o'clock slate.
Same.
I said, it was such a weird week. Everything looked so ugly on offense. I said, I'm not even going to look at it. This is just going to piss me off.
I feel like I lose when I watch it more than when I don't, so...
I agree. You don't want to watch him.
Even my teams, if my team start losing when I start watching, I'll turn that shit off.
I won't do that with my team. I will watch the
bro, because I gotta do whatever it takes to help them win.
No, the Steelers, they always look like they're gonna lose, so I can never tell.
Yeah, that's true. You might miss something crazy. Johnny, I am killing it. So you said that Montgomery had 150 yards. He did, 151, 2 tuds for 29.4 points. I also got 20.7 points from St. Brown. If you started St. Brown and Montgomery tonight, give yourself a pat on the back.
It's so funny that it's so funny that I just don't have any Lions players. I feel like every year I don't have any, and every year I'm mad at myself for not having them.
And this year I said I got to get me some access to that Detroit Lions stock this year.
Yeah.
So, but I won 64 points, John. The next person has 127. I'm killing it. And then also I won the other one too, where Laporta only got 7.3 points. So I won by 7.
Yeah, I somehow survived starting Chuba Hubbard, Jamar Chase, Brock Bowers, and Keon Coleman this week, and somehow came out on the other side victorious in my matchup.
Listen, guys, it's final right now. Everyone who won their fantasy matchup this week, give yourselves a round of applause. But we got to move on, Johnny. We got to move on because we got to get to some picks. So check this out, guys. It's time for Couch Coach of the Year, where we determine which coach is crowned Couch Coach of the Year through weekly picks. Now, if you think you can beat us, submit your picks for the following games by the start of Thursday night's game for a chance to be featured on a future segment. And as I said, I might drop Johnny's Cash App. But either way, we're going to have Caleb send us these by Thursday. But Johnny, we're going to take these picks right now. So we got 6 matchups to pick, 6 matchups this, guys. But let's recap how we got here. You're in the lead right now, Johnny, at 6-5. You're in the lead at 6.
I thought I had a good week. I was like, man, I feel like a lot of my picks hit this week.
You were 4-2.
All right,
I was 4-2. Caleb was 2-4. I'm not going to talk anything because he's not here to defend himself. But 5-6, second place, me and Caleb. You at 6-5. But I also got to give some credit to some lone wolf picks. Some picks that went against the grain this week that hit. First off, me with the Bears. I was the only one that had faith in the Bears last week. I was successful because of that. And Johnny, you had the Chargers. You were the lone wolf on the Chargers. And because of that,
yeah, I think that Caleb just felt pressured. He didn't want to hurt your feelings.
I do. I told him. I tried. That's why I told you when I asked that question. I feel like you guys don't want to hurt me. Like, I'm ready to hurt myself over the Broncos right now. No, I'm just kidding. I'm okay. Yeah,
make sure you get help if you need it, folks.
Get help.
Yeah.
YouTube, put the 1-800 helpline at the bottom for anyone that needs help if they need help.
Anyone in New Orleans, get help if you need it.
I do not. Yeah, anyone in New Orleans. But the matchups this week, Johnny, we have first off the Seattle Seahawks at the Arizona Cardinals. And they are giving the Cardinals, they are taking 1.5 away from the Cardinals. I'm still catching on this betting thing, guys. I'm still catching on. They're taking 1.5 away from the Cardinals, giving 1.5 to the Seahawks. But straight up, who do you got? Hey, it's home game.
That's really weird. What do they know? I'm taking the Seahawks. That's really weird. I don't know. That's strange. The Cardinals, they had this. Wow. Cardinals laying 1.5? Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going Seahawks.
You're going Seahawks.
If I was a betting man, I would bet the Seahawks too.
I don't know if it's because I want my fantasy bench to go off because I have no room to get him in on the team that I have him on. But I'm really feeling a big Trey Benson breakout game this week, guys. I've been a big believer for at least the last month. But even going back to last year, I've been peeping. And I think the Cardinals offense actually reaches a higher level with Trey Benson in there. So give me the Cardinals. I would take them with the spread, but I'm taking them straight up for sure. Chicago Bears at the Las Vegas Raiders, Johnny, for the next game. And they are giving the Bears 1.5.
You said it's who in the Bears?
The
Raiders?
Chicago Bears at the Las Vegas Raiders. And they're giving the Bears 1.5.
Ooh. That's a good one. That's interesting. At the Raiders. Okay.
But a hot Bears team.
A Bears team that seems to be clicking. A Raiders team that has the greatest receiver of our generation in Trey Tucker.
And the
It's
best
really
first round
tough.
pick all time to never get the ball.
Yeah. I am going to go with the Bears. The Bears. I think what changes it for me is I think that Montez Sweat, I feel like, really came through as well in that game. So I think that's what's just enough to put it over the edge for me. Now, maybe Max Crosby just embarrasses Caleb Williams, but I'm going to go Bears.
Going Bears, okay. Here's my thing. There's a lot to consider, Johnny. Obviously, Bears team clicking, like we already said. But the Raiders, man. See, it's tough because the Raiders historically, you start thinking there, but then you go, Pete Carroll. It's Pete Carroll. But I don't know, we got to consider, has Pete Carroll possibly hit his peak? Has he possibly plateaued? And is he falling off? As coaches tend to do as they get a little older, He's still got that energy. I heard he kicked the whiteboard on the first meeting before the game, that week 1 game, but can he sustain it for 18 weeks? Well, that's not the question. He can't sustain it for week 4. Give me the Bears. Give me the Bears. Caleb Williams, I think he has back-to-back breakout games. Game number 3, Johnny, the Minnesota Vikings at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, they are giving the Steelers 2.5 points. Now, you may ask, why is there a home team that's that much of an underdog? But you got to remember, guys, they're playing in Dublin, Ireland this weekend. 9 a.m. game, 9:30.
You gotta wake up early on Sunday. That's just terrible.
Set your alarms.
I like being able to sleep in until 12:30 on Sunday. That's a great thing for me. I look forward to it every week. And if it's a different team playing overseas, I still sleep in. But my Steelers, I have to wake up at 9:30 to watch my Steelers play a piss poor game of football, an ugly game of football up and down the field at 9:30 a.m. and lose. I'm going to take the Vikings in this one. I have no faith that the Steelers can go across the ocean and beat that defense when I see nothing that makes me confident in that team. So yeah, give me the Vikes.
I gotta check before I make my pick, and I'll make this quick, guys. I promise you this, and to keep your interest, I'm gonna keep talking while I do this. But there's a big factor to consider when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, guys. And that factor is, he has a lot of things that he can do that keep him centered, that keep him centered. So there's just one little step of research I gotta look into. But based off that research, hallucinogens are not legal in Dublin. No. And so I don't think he gets that little reset he needs after that flight. Brian Flores matching up against a former team, a team that he has experience with some of those players. I think the Vikings win that game. And honestly, I'm taking them with the spread too. But straight up, easily taking the Vikings. Because, certain activities that Aaron Rodgers might do to refresh, he's not going to be able to do over there. So, not as easily. But game 4, Johnny, Washington Commanders at, and that's funny, at the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, give me the commies, even with Mariota.
Oh, it's funny because producer put the Hawks in here, so I'm looking at this like, yeah, what? Different sport, but Falcons.
Oh, you're Atlanta Hawks. That's funny.
That producer had Atlanta Hawks in here, Brody. I was like, what is he doing? I'm about to fire this man. But anyway, point is this. To your point, Commanders, very good. I had them being very, very high in the NFC this year. I had them winning that division this year. And Mariota's going to have to keep them afloat. But Von Miller, look out for a big Von Miller game this week. And again, a struggling game for Michael Penix Jr. Give me the Commanders.
Have we picked all 4 same teams so far?
Nope. 3 same, 1 different, so I can still catch ground on you.
Oh, we went different in the first one?
Don't worry. I'm making sure I can beat you.
Okay.
The people got to see a champion, you know?
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, I'm going with the Commanders as well. But game number 5, Johnny, Baltimore Ravens at the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this is the first true home underdog of the week, or in these picks at least, because we have the Chiefs being given 2.5 points this week.
Okay.
Before this game ended that we just watched.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So these lines were set before the end of the Monday night game. All right, here's what I will say. Can I do a conditional pick?
We can do a conditional pick. But if you're wrong, I might have to dock you. Or if you're right, I might have to dock that. What's the condition? We'll get there first.
That I wouldn't. I want to know whether Worthy's playing.
Okay.
If I can't do a conditional pick, then I will pick the Ravens.
I don't personally think that affects the game that much, so I'll give you that condition.
Okay, then I would say if Worthy's playing, give me the Chiefs. If he's not, give me the Ravens. Okay. But if I can't do a conditional pick, I have to pick one. I'll take the Ravens.
Okay. I'm taking the Ravens straight up. Give me the Ravens straight up. I'm out on the KC dynasty, guys. It's over. They're done. We're about to see a missed playoff season from KC, which actually wasn't in my predictions from earlier in the year. So it takes a true man to admit when he's wrong, especially when the standings look quite obvious, right, Johnny?
That's insane. I think that they could lose this week to the Ravens and still
make the playoffs. 3.
Yeah,
I think that's conditional on what the Chargers and Broncos do this week.
I think that the AFC is weak on the bottom end of the playoff spectrum, and that you got some real the Chiefs had about as tough of a draw as you can possibly get, and all of them were 1-score games.
I have more faith in the Steelers than the Chiefs right now.
That's crazy.
Really? Your own team, the home team, man.
Yeah, man, because the Steelers look terrible. The Steelers look awful. The Steelers, they've walked ass backwards into all of their wins. I think the Chiefs would beat all 3 teams that the Steelers have played so far.
Well, listen, they've shown, though, that they can finish.
I mean, sure, but I just don't think...
That's the most important thing to me, at least in the playoffs. I mean, there's components that are important, but at the end of the day, can you get the job done when it needs to be done? We'll see, though. Jury's still out on that one. So you got a conditional there. I got the Ravens. Game number 6, the New York Jets at the Miami Dolphins. I'm not giving you a conditional for this one with Justin Fields. We're going to have to just decide. But...
Oh, I wouldn't need one.
Okay. But just so you know, they are giving the Jets 2.5 points.
I will take the New York Jets.
He said, wow, I was going the opposite. I thought you were going to say I'm picking the Dolphins for sure either way, but you said the Dolphins are so bad that I'm going with the Jets either way.
Yes.
Tyrod Taylor, you're still...
Yes.
He looked pretty good against the last week, you know what I'm saying? They didn't look too bad.
Yeah, I will take the Jets, and I'm not even going to think about it.
I need a chance. Nah, I could do that, but I won't.
You don't want to take the Dolphins. You're looking at that, and you're going, "Oh man, that really feels gross."
I could guarantee a chance to tie you this week, or I could have a chance to be ahead of you this week, but I can't do both. But man, the Dolphins?
It's too gross.
Nah,
I can't.
Bro.
Yeah,
give me the Jets.
That's what I'm saying.
This team might be the first team. This team might actually be worse than the Saints.
Do you know how bad you have to be for the Jets to be the obvious pick against you? To be like, it feels disgusting to pick the Dolphins over the Jets. That's how bad they are.
It feels disgusting. It's awful. Yeah. I had to puke a little bit when I said it. But anyway, those are the picks, guys. Submit your picks by Thursday. And if you beat us, we'll have a little something. You'll beat Johnny. You won't beat me. I promise you that. But either way, let's play a game, guys. Because in this next segment, we have to start you off as well with an advisory. So if you are not a fan of Uno, if you are not a fan of Monopoly, if you are not a fan of Connect 4, which I used to consistently whoop Johnny's ass at, and this segment is not for you. And we advise you jump to the next segment, but for the rest of you, let's play a game. Now, Johnny, as we talked about a little bit before we started, games this week, here's how it's going to go. You're going to compete against the house, and you're going to compete against the audience. So you guys play along with Johnny. Try to beat Johnny. Whoop up on him like Caleb would if he was here today. Give me your worst. But what I'll do for the house, Johnny, is based off
Just
of the
esoteric baseball stat questions. Oh, fuck.
What I'll do is, you won't beat anybody, the house or the audience. What I'll do is I'll gauge based off the game the appropriate passing score, and then if you beat that, that's the house. So, for example, I'll break it down in this one. This first game, Johnny, is called the lineup card. So here's how we play. I'm going to give you a list. For this topic today, it is the top 10 wide receivers list in the NFL in 2020. So making you think back a little bit. COVID year. Okay. They say it's the forgotten year.
And when you say top 10, is it based off receiving yards? Or
it is based off of, exactly. That's the wrinkle in the game. It is based off of the PFF list updated last on January 12th, 2021 on the rankings for the 2020 wide receiver rankings. So only the 2020 season.
And I don't have to get it in order.
Here's what you have to do. Here's how it works, Johnny. I'll give you those rules. So you're going to give me your 10 from 1 through 10. We are going to figure out how they match up through the reveal. And you will get 5 points for getting a player in the exact right spot, and 2 points for having a player on the list but in the wrong spot.
Okay.
And now I think a reasonable person should be able to get at least 3 players in the proper spot out of 10. It's only 30%, Johnny. I think you can do it. 3 in the proper spot, which would give you 15. And I would hope you could get at least 5 on the list, which would give you another 4. So I'll give you a passing score at 19, Johnny. But you might beat the house and lose to the audience. So keep that in mind. All
right. So
I'm going to give you 90 seconds. 90 seconds, Johnny.
Mm-hmm. And this is the season where the Super Bowl was in 2021. This is the season that the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Season ending in 2021, starting in 2020.
All right. I'm just going to not overthink it. Cooper Kupp is wide receiver 1. Here's the thing. PFF is so stupid. Like, it just has such bizarre decision making.
Okay. Listen. If you think Johnny's right, drop in the comments if we got to get from a different place. If
no. I think it's a fine thing. I think the only other one you could have done is like fantasy score or something where it like tallies everything together, but
YouTube, make sure you get in there a question asking for the AI that's going to prompt the question answers if PFF is a reputable source.
I don't think it's not reputable, but they just have a weird way of doing things. And I love Chris Collinsworth, so don't take me out of Collinsworth. Don't take me out of context because I love Chris Collinsworth.
You're entitled to your opinion, Johnny. You're entitled to your
just
opinion.
wonk. All right. I'm going to go 1 Cooper Kupp, 2 Deebo Samuel. I remember he was monstrous that year. Okay. 2 Deebo Samuel. I'm going to go 3. This is just he's in his prime. I don't know. Let's just say Devontae Adams. Okay. So, 2020, this is Jamar Chase's rookie year. This is T. Higgins' second year, 2020. This is Justin Jefferson's second year.
Yeah, keep in mind, there might be some names on this list that you might have only ever heard of from that year.
Right, yeah. There's probably some weird ones in there.
The
And this is
good thing
only wide receivers, too. This is not any other... Like a
Nope.
tight end couldn't be on this, right?
Just wide receivers.
Just wide receivers. Okay. So I have to go through now. In the year of our Lord 2020, I think at this point, Allen Robinson is washed. This is not a good Allen Robinson season, if I can remember correctly.
He's on the Rams
CeeDee...
at this point, maybe? Maybe not yet.
What?
Nothing. Forget that. I was steering you wrong.
Yeah, I think this might be the year that Allen Robinson falls off. Maybe it was the year previous, but all that to say, I don't think it's Allen Robinson. Okay. I'm just going to throw out a couple names. I'm not putting them on the list officially yet.
Yep.
But I think names that have to be on this, right? It's got to be Diggs, Keenan Allen. Let me see. Diggs, Keenan Allen. We have, this is the year of our Lord 2020. Who else was really good this year? I can't imagine. Deontay Johnson was good, but I don't think he was there yet. All right, let's see. Maybe Evans or Godwin. Let's write down Chase. Let's go Tyreek Hill. Because Tyreek is still on the Chiefs at this point. You have... Yeah, he gets traded that offseason, but he's still on the Chiefs this year. Who else am I forgetting? Going around. We're just thinking through this right now. D-Hop, where is he right now? Is he on the Cardinals at this point? I think so. Let's just put D-Hop. I'm not putting him on the list yet officially.
Yep.
Diggs is on... At this point, Diggs is on Buffalo. He's got to be. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Is this... This isn't the 13-second year, is it? Is this the 13-second season?
The 13-second season?
Yeah. The season where... Wait, 2020. Do I have this fully messed up right now? This is the season where the Rams win the Super Bowl, right?
Let me double check.
No. I think I have this mixed up. I think the Rams won the Super Bowl 2022. Or 2021. Like, they win it the next year.
The Buccaneers won in 2021.
Ah, okay. Get Cooper Kupp off this list. That was why. Okay, I've messed this up completely. I'm thinking this is a different year. I had it fully messed up. Okay, fully forget everything I've written down so far, except maybe... What? Not everything. No, I know. But I think that I'm still putting Debo and Devontae on this list, but I'm not putting Cooper Kupp anywhere near it. I had this mixed up. Okay. Let's refocus this. Let's reframe this. This is not... Jamar Chase is not in the league yet. Jamar Chase is not here yet. So he's not even on it. This is the 13-second season, I think. This is the 13-second season. Yes. I believe it is.
I don't know what that means.
Yes. It is the 13-second season because the year that the Bengals win it, they eliminate the Bills, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. The year that the Bengals make the Super Bowl.
The 13-second in the playoffs, yeah.
The 13-second where the... Yes. Okay. Here's... I don't want to take too much more time. So, I'm going to see if there's a couple more. We're going to go... Devontae Adams is number 1 because I think that I think Rodgers wins the MVP this season. So we're going to go Devontae Adams as wide receiver 1. I'm going to go Keenan Allen, wide receiver 2. We're going to go DeAndre Hopkins, wide receiver 3. We are going to go Mike Evans 4, Tyreek Hill 5. We're going to say Stephon Diggs 6. Okay. Now let's think this through real quick. Think this through. Stephon Diggs 6. Amari at this point is on the Cowboys, I believe. I don't think he played well enough on the Cowboys to get to this. Let's go. Okay. Stephon Diggs 6. Okay. Then we have there's Metcalf and Lockett. Are they good yet? I don't know. Are they like up there right now?
Time will tell.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Metcalf and Lockett. I could see Lockett being like 10 on this list, but we're gonna wait a moment. I wonder if like T.Y. Hilton is still in the league at this point. I don't think so.
I don't think so. He's washed at this point.
Yeah, that'd be funny though. Okay. So we have that. The Bengals don't have Chase yet. And this is Joe Burrow's injured anyway this season. We did that. There's nobody on the Patriots. There's nobody on the Jets. Dolphins, I don't think they had anyone fun yet. Maybe it's Waddle's rookie year, but he definitely doesn't. No, Waddle comes out the same year that Chase does, I think. So forget that. I don't even know what the Dolphins are doing this year. What's even going on out there in Miami?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've got.
Two yet.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got that. We have. I'm just trying to see if there's like. I feel like there's a big receiver that I'm missing right now.
There might have been one who traveled around the league at one point that was big.
Yeah, traveled around the league at one point. Like, there's no way Antonio Brown is on this list. That's all I can think.
He wasn't, but he was number 11.
Was he really? Number 11. That's hilarious. Wow. How about Odell? Is Odell on this list at this point in his career? Okay, I'm gonna work up from the bottom here. I have Diggs 6. Let's put Tyler Lockett at 10.
Yep.
Let's put Deebo Samuel 9. Let's go. I need 7 and 8. Let's go. Man, it would be crazy. Brady did just throw it all over the field. Is there a chance that Evans and Godwin are both on this list? It'd be tough. Was AB better than Godwin? What we know for sure is that Evans had 1,000 yards plus. We know that. Would Godwin have made this list? You said a guy who traveled around the league a bit?
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Let's put Odell at 8. Let's do it. Let's put Odell at 8. And let's put... You shaking your head?
Oh, no. I was giving you a drum roll.
And okay, got you. I was like, man. And then we got one more guy. Number 8. I don't think... I can't be... I doubt it's someone on the Steelers. I doubt it's someone. You said a guy's traveled around the league. That's what's weird to me. Okay. I might be going too far back. I don't know if this guy was good yet. In 2020, was this guy good yet? Let's do a flyer on it, I guess, because I really can't think.
Yep, give it.
Let's bump Odell up to 7. Let's bump Deebo up to 8. And I'm going to put DJ Moore at 9. And that's my list, right?
All right. You led off with a very interesting statement, Johnny, about how PFF has these interesting ways of selecting things. So here's what we'll say, Johnny. You had Devontae Adams at number 1 on your list. PFF
Okay.
had Devontae Adams, number 1 on their
All right.
list.
Yeah, they couldn't be taken seriously because that was a Rodgers MVP season, so that means that Devontae just tore the league up, burned it to the ground.
Now, number 2, you had Keenan Allen. They had Justin Jefferson.
Okay, so I thought as his rookie year he might not have been there yet. Yeah, all right, that's fair. I didn't put Jefferson on the list.
No.
I couldn't remember how good he was his rookie year, so I just didn't. I didn't put him there.
Number 3, you had DeAndre Hopkins. They had A.J. Brown, Tennessee Titans.
I thought about AJ Brown too, and it was another one where I went, how good was he that year? And I know he had a year he missed too, so I was like,
What I will say is you still get 2 points because he was on the list. Hopkins was on the list. We'll get to that. Number 4, you had Mike Evans. They had Stephon Diggs.
Okay, so I had Diggs.
Also on the list, so you'll get some points for that. We'll get to that in a moment. Number 5, you had Tyreek Hill. And you were floating around about who they had for number 5, Johnny, a little bit. Didn't end up pulling the trigger. Allen Robinson, Chicago Bears. They had him at 5.
Damn, so it's the next year that he falls off. Fuck.
Number 6, they had, well, first of all, you had Stephon Diggs there. As opposed to where they had him at 4, but they had Adam Thielen at number 6, Minnesota Vikings.
Wow, that's funny.
At number 7, you had Odell, but this is where they placed DeAndre Hopkins with the Cardinals.
Okay.
Now here's where it got a little interesting, Johnny. Number 8, you had Deebo Samuel. They had Corey Davis. Tennessee
Corey
Titans.
Davis on the Titans? That's funny. Okay.
Probably the 1 year he was good.
Yeah.
Number 9, you had DJ Moore, and they had Julio Jones, Atlanta Falcons.
Julio still on the Falcons in 2020? Okay. All right.
And then this was probably the most interesting one. Maybe he had a couple good years, but you had Tyler Lockett at 10, and they had Will Fuller.
There's a 0% chance I would have had Will Fuller. That's so funny. I forgot about. Was on the Dolphins?
The Texans.
On the Texans. Okay.
Way back. So yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a tough one for you there, Johnny. You did
There was
not
no
beat the
shot.
house. You did not beat the house with 9 points.
No. No.
But you might beat some of the people that submit. So who knows? We'll see, Johnny. You still have a chance to win. You still have a chance to win somewhere.
I mean, man, yeah, PFF. Guessing how PFF grades receivers is no world.
4 years ago, 5 years ago, yeah. But you have another chance, Johnny. So we have Who Am I? I'm going to reveal clues that are going to get you to be able to guess a player, Johnny. There's 5 clues. If you guess on clue 1, you're going to get 5 points. If you guess on clue 5, you get 1 point. If you are incorrect on any one of these clues, the round is over. You don't get any points that round. So make sure you're ready to guess when you stop on the clue.
Okay.
But you'll eventually get to easier questions for less points. Now, I would expect on this that you would realistically get, I would say 9 points will be the house. 9 points will be
How
the
many of
house
these are we
for this
doing?
one. There's 3. Just 3. Rapid fire edition. 9 points will be the house. Just let me know after the clue if you want to guess or if you want the next clue, and we'll keep going.
I'm ready. House always wins.
Clue number 1, always. Clue number 1, Johnny. Though I am known for my arm on the field, I was drafted in the 30th round of the 2000 MLB draft by the Colorado Rockies, despite having not played baseball since 8th grade.
The Rock in the so late pick by the Rockies.
2000 MLB draft.
2000. Yeah, I mean, so he had to have been. So he's a guy who was drafted in 2000 in the NFL, theoretically.
Yep.
So, known for his arm, a quarterback that went in 2000. All right, you keep it going. Next clue.
As a redshirt freshman at Virginia Tech, I led my team to an undefeated season and a spot in the BCS National Championship game against Florida State.
Man, this is where my lack of college knowledge comes in. I don't know shit about where people went to college. VTech. So he comes in. Who played for VTech? I really just have no idea who played for Virginia Tech. I have an idea of who it might be, but I'm going to keep going.
Clue number 3, Johnny. In a 2002 playoff game, I led my team to a historic upset victory over the Green Bay Packers, handing them their first ever home loss.
In 2002, beat the Packers, handing them their first ever home loss. So they were drafted in 2000.
In baseball.
For baseball, but they would have been drafted the same year in football, I would assume.
Roughly, or shortly thereafter, if not slightly sooner.
Right. This is a guy in the NFC, theoretically. I don't think they beat him in the Super Bowl.
Because that wouldn't have been at home.
Because there wouldn't have been a home loss, right?
Oh, I'm helping you out.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah. So, NFC, there's a guy I'm leaning towards right now, but I just do not know where he went to college. But I'm like, would have also been drafted in the MLB as a quarterback. There's not many guys. All right, I'm going for it. I'm going to go Michael Vick.
On clue number 3, you're going to guess Michael Vick.
Michael Vick, yeah.
You are correct. Michael Vick's the answer.
I was thinking Michael Vick. I was like, I think he might have played for VTech, but I really didn't know. Michael Vick. All right. Cool.
You're keeping pace with the house right now. Based off the comments, we'll see if there's any viewers out there beating you. But
yeah, there might have been somebody who just knew he went to VTech. It's just like, I don't know college ball. I'm a Colorado
Rockies fan, and I bought his jersey back in 2000. Yeah. I thought he was going to be the next big pitcher. No.
Yeah.
Round number 2, Johnny. So while known for my power on the football field, I was also a 3-sport star in high school, competing as a sprinter in track and field and posting a personal best time of 11.11 seconds on the 100-meter dash.
Okay, that's definitely not enough for me.
Clue number 2. My parents were only 15 and 16 years old when I was born, which prompted my grandmother, Gladys, to give me the nickname Shaka, because my birth shocked the whole family.
Shaka.
True story.
I guess. I mean, yeah, I guess keep going. There's only one guy I'm even like considering really.
Gladys doesn't ring a bell? You don't know Gladys?
Grandma Gladys? Yeah, no, I don't know about Grandma Gladys. I got to be honest.
Before becoming a legend at the University of Alabama, I was a 5-star recruit who originally committed to play for their SEC rival, the University of Georgia.
Man, so many good players that went to Alabama and are fast. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. No idea.
I am the only, clue number 4, I am the only player in football history to have rushed for over 2,000 yards in a single season in high school, college, and the NFL.
Derrick Henry.
You would be correct, Johnny, on clue number 4. It is Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Derrick Henry.
All right.
So just slightly behind the house, just trailing the house. We need a miracle on number 3, Johnny.
Grandma Gladys. How was I supposed to know of Grandma Gladys? Nobody would know.
You've never heard him called Shaka Henry?
No, I never heard Shaka Henry before.
Me neither, but apparently
he
used to be though. Clue number 1, Johnny, round 3. While I became a star quarterback in high school, I first earned a starting spot on my dad's team as a sophomore playing linebacker?
Okay.
Carry on.
Carry on.
During my time at North Carolina State, I set an NCAA record by starting in 51 consecutive games at quarterback.
Okay. I have to get it here to win. And I don't know anything about college.
Oh, wow. You're going to guess now.
I have to. What are you talking about? I just lose if I don't.
I mean, to me, but not to the house, not to the audience per se.
I can't trust the audience. The audience can just be like, I guessed all of them actually at the first one.
Hey, don't
you
be
have
doing
to like
that out
film
there.
yourself watching it side by side, and I still have to guess that. I have to assume that you're being honest and you didn't watch it through first.
You got to drop that shit within 2 minutes of the live.
NC State. I mean, it's a quarterback that had a crazy college career. 51 games means you played 4 years.
Which, if you put into NFL career, you might have had a long NFL career. If you're a linebacker, you might be tougher than the average person.
Right, you were a linebacker. You played at NC State for a long time. And they said he was playing quarterback at NC State, you said, right?
Yeah, and he did play in the NFL as well.
Right, I would assume. So, NC State, a quarterback who also once played linebacker. And he played really well at NC State. Who could have done that? And he said for your dad's team. That was a weird one. So what is that?
Coaching runs in the family.
Right. Like a coach. Their dad coached at some point. That doesn't mean anything really. Anyone's dad could have coached, but it just makes me be like, why would you say for your dad's team? Why wouldn't you say for your high school team or whatever it was? So, okay. He is a quarterback, NC State, who once played linebacker, who started at linebacker. NC State, kind of just like going through my head at like quarterbacks that are noteworthy enough to have made this game, but that I don't know where they went to college. That's kind of what I'm going through my head right now. And that could have played linebacker. I just don't know don't know college that well. Who do I not know where they went to college? Man, this is just ass. Going through just all the players right now, and I'm like, I know where they went. I know where a lot of people went to college. Man, I don't want to like keep this. I don't want to waste too much time.
Here's what I'll say. I'll give you one last hit, and then I'm gonna stop, and then you gotta guess.
All right.
You
gotta
go for guess.
It. All right, one last hint.
Let's just say, he likes to spread his. He's gonna have a very large legacy when it's all said and done.
He's gonna have a very large legacy.
Large legacy. A lot of errors. A lot of errors.
Errors?
Errors, as in people to inherit his inheritance.
Philip Rivers.
You are correct. It is Philip Rivers.
So funny.
It is Philip Rivers. Yes, sir.
That's funny.
Sir. And you know what? Because you lost to the house, the first one, I'll give you a push, even though I had to. But hey guys, listen, don't cheat. But if you beat Johnny, let us know.
Okay.
But you pushed for the house, which may as well be a loss because you left with the money you came with.
I maybe could have gotten to Philip Rivers if I was okay with sitting there with dead air for 10 full minutes, just sitting there thinking like, who is a quarterback that's good enough to have made this list that I don't know where they went to college?
Come on, bro. Listen, dead space aside, we can't sit here for 4 hours on one question. No, I'm just like, oh, Johnny, Nishiki check. I know you got a, what's that? Is he going now?
Very soon.
Very soon? Okay. We got to push in a loss, Johnny. We'll give you a chance to claim your victory. We'll finish up with one last game. There's some news going on. There's some questions that could be answered by the people, but nothing that can't wait until the next shoot, Thursday, possibly Monday. So we'll finish up with this last one, Johnny. Can you beat the house? Can you beat the people? We're going to do jersey math. So I'm going to give you 30 seconds for each one. And I saw that look on your face because you've probably never heard of it, and that's fantastic. That's what this is all about. I'm going to give you equations, and you are going to give me the mathematical answer in jersey numbers. So I'll give you a first one. It's going to start off easy for you, Johnny. You got 30 seconds for each one.
So bad with jersey numbers, bro. Okay, we'll do
30
it.
seconds.
I'm so bad with jersey numbers. I do not remember people's jersey numbers at all. All right, let's try it.
At the end of 30 seconds, you have to yell out a number, and you got to get at least 3 out of 5.
Okay.
First one, start them easy. Justin Jefferson's number plus Patrick Mahomes' number.
Okay, this is a perfect example of how I truly have no idea what number people wear. I know Patrick Mahomes is 15. I think Jefferson is 18. So I'm just going to go 33.
You are correct, and you only need half the time. 33. Okay. Now you get how it works.
Yes, I get it now.
All right, now this
man, I do not know numbers. Let's go. Like the best receiver in the league. I'm like, oh God, what is his number?
Deebo Samuel's number plus Saquon Barkley's number minus Aaron Jones' number.
Oh God. Okay. Saquon is 26. Deebo is, in my head, I feel like Deebo's 1. So can it be negative?
It can be negative. You're right.
Okay. -6, because I think Aaron Jones is 33.
You are correct. 2 for 2, Johnny.
Let's go.
Number 3. We have Patrick Surtain's number plus Aaron Rodgers' number.
Okay.
Times Malik Neighbors' number plus Jaxson Dart's number.
The only one is Dart. I really don't know what Dart wears. I think I do know all the other ones. It's PS2 plus Aaron Rodgers is 12 plus times Malik Neighbors is 1. So that gets me to 14. And I have literally no idea what number Jaxson Dart wears. I'm going to guess that he wears 2, and I'm going to say, he said plus his number?
Yep.
16.
That's what he wears?
I'm guessing that he wears number 2, and the answer is 16. But I have no idea what number Jaxson Dart wears.
So it's funny, Johnny, because you came to the correct answer, but the wrong way. So Surtain's number is 2.
Yes.
Aaron Rodgers is actually number 8.
He used to be 12 on the Packers, though, right?
Yeah.
But he's
currently number 8.
Currently number 8. Okay, that makes sense. Right, because Bradshaw took 12.
That's 10. Times Malik Neighbors' number of 1, which is 10.
Yeah.
Plus Jaxson Dart's number of 6, which is 16.
That's so funny. Hey, I got there. That's all that matters.
So you got the correct answer.
Wow.
Even though you got the wrong way.
That's so funny. Yeah, I went with Rodgers' old number. That's funny.
But he does wear 8. Because you didn't know Jaxson Dart's number, that helped you, actually.
Yeah, I just felt like Jaxson Dart's got the vibe of a dude who wears number 2. But
oh, boy. All right, fourth one, Johnny, and you've already got the push there. Roquan Smith's number times Devontae Smith's number.
0. Total, right? Because Roquan wears 0. Yeah, okay.
You are correct. Roquan 0. So no matter what Devontae wears, it's 0. Now you've won, Johnny.
Devontae wears 17, right? Maybe I can't believe I'm doing okay at this one, but yeah, because this is the one
credit, guys. Give Johnny more credit for his math skills and his jersey number skills. He's better than you think. But now you're guaranteed a win. So you're 1 win guaranteed, 1 loss, and 1 push. Not a bad night, Johnny. But the last one, see if you can go 5 for 5. DJ Moore's number plus Trevor Lawrence's number divided by Derwin James's number.
Ooh, okay. I might be able to get this. This might be possible for me.
Well,
it's about remembering. It's about remembering what number Trevor Lawrence wears. Because I know in my heart that I know DJ Moore is 2. And I think Derwin James is 3. So, Trevor Lawrence. Oh, man. What does Trevor Lawrence wear? It's double digits. But what number does he wear? I'm like trying to picture in my head. I could see him wearing 12. I could see him wearing 15, maybe 18. All right. I'm going to say I have no clue what number Trevor Lawrence wears. Let's say Trevor Lawrence wears... None of these look right in my head. Trevor Lawrence wears number... I think he wears number... Oh, man, this is tough. Does he... Man, I really don't know what number Trevor Lawrence wears. Let's just get funny. You know, let's just say Trevor Lawrence wears some goofy-ass number like 16. And therefore it makes it 18 divided by 3, which would make it 6. Let's call it 6.
For the first time in an emphatic loss for the house. You went 5 for 5.
Does he wear 16?
He wears 16.
No way.
He wears 16.
Wow. All I could think was it had to be Solano's divisible by 3. I was like, you wouldn't have given me a weird decimal answer.
I did the first time I put it together. It was like 17 divided by 3, and I was like, ooh, that's not going to work.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah,
look at that.
That's crazy. That was the one I was probably the least confident in.
Big dubs to end the night, Johnny. Wow. Now we got to get you over to Nishiki.
Yeah, Aonishiki.
My apologies, Aonishiki.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to butcher it. But
he's the Blue Whirlpool. He came here from Ukraine. He came to Japan from Ukraine. I'll tell you what, man. I'll give you my last little thought that I had the other day. I think NFL offensive line guys, GMs, stuff like this, looking for their offensive line, I think you should start checking out professional sumo. There's some guys there that you're like, the skill set would translate really well. If you got a guy just like in a room for a year learning the offensive line, how to play it, the skill set would translate crazy. They're so strong. Their whole game is to not be moved by other big men. And like a lot of them are fast. Like I'm just saying, guys, look up like Onosato. He's one of the top ranked guys. And tell me Onosato wouldn't be like a pretty good offensive lineman in the NFL. So I'm just saying, like, maybe it might be worth looking into. Pittsburgh Steelers have a pretty pitiful offensive line, but Houston Texans certainly do. So just look into maybe checking out overseas. You know, Shohei Ohtani came over to America and lit up a sport that we only see as an American sport. So maybe we can find some Japanese guys to light up the offensive line in football. That's all I'm saying.
No, 100%. So you're saying if you're a GM of a team today, you're going to scout the sumos.
I'm just like thinking about it. You know, I'm considering it because I don't think they make nearly as much as an NFL player does.
So you think he'd probably drop his career in an instant, come over here?
Yeah, even if you're the best sumo in Japan, I don't think you make anything close to what you would make as the 15th best offensive lineman in America. Right. So right. I'm just, if you watch some sumo guys, just some Japanese sumo, top division, just look at it and tell me that you don't think that the skill set translates. That like the better guys, not the low ranked guys, but the Yokozunas, the Ozekis, the top ranked guys. They're all rankings. The Yokozunas are the best guys. Tell me that skill set doesn't translate. That's all I'm saying. Look at a guy like Onosato. a guy like a Tommy Fuji. There's a couple of dudes that you could see. Oh, okay, maybe is all I'm saying.
Just give it a chance. Just give it a chance. But ending on that, guys, thank you for joining us for another episode of Couch Coach, your favorite podcast featuring an all-star staff of the best to never do it. Without a couch, you're just a coach. Without a coach, it's just a couch. And with both, you're one of us. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. And if you got some shit to say, leave a comment. While you're at it, hit that notification button to make sure you stay ready for when we hit the airwaves on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern. And for more, make sure to follow us on whatever platform you consume your content, whether on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, or X, formerly known as Twitter. Search Couch Coach Pod in your search bar and look for the green coach sitting on a green couch. You can't miss it. Now, if that was too much for you to remember, make sure to hit up that description for all the links to all the socials and our Couch Coach headquarters. It's Johnny. It's Kuji. Thank you for watching Couch Coach. We'll see you guys for a special recap episode tomorrow. Peace.
All right.